We have another Sega Game Gear game. This one I thought was exclusive to the system, but it turned out it also came out on the Game Boy, I think. So it's a handheld exclusive. I was actually looking forward to playing this. I kind of like racing games, so when it got picked for me to play, I was pumped. And the title sounds incredible. Like, who wouldn't want to play it? It's Monster Truck Wars. So obviously this is a monster truck racing game. And it has that like overhead view in the style of RC Pro-Am. But I'm just gonna tell you, there's one huge flaw with this. The monster trucks are too flippin' wide to pass the opponents. Like, you just can't get by them. You drive around the various tracks and there are super slippery controls, and you drive over puddles, and you drive over ramps, and you drive over demolished cars and all that crap that you would expect to do in a monster truck race. But if you hit any obstacle, if you hit a puddle, if you hit a ramp, if you hit another car, it causes you to veer off course. And it is super difficult to regain control of your vehicle, your monster truck, after you hit any one of the cool things you want to freaking drive over. You want to drive over puddles, you want to go over ramps, you want to drive over cars, but doing so will cause you to crash. And it's so hard to pass by your opponents, who, by the way, don't veer out of control when they hit the ramps and the puddles and the other cars, because you're just too freaking wide to maneuver. If you do manage to place or to win, you gain money, which lets you upgrade your monster truck in between the rounds, which is really cool. But everything is like so expensive, you have to really be selective about what you get, and you can't retry races. So you can't just like grind one race over and over and over again and level up your monster truck to become super like overpowered. No, like, you win a race and it's like pick one of these 5 upgrades or whatever it is, and hope you pick the right one that will give you an advantage on the next race before you even know what the next race is going to be. So you basically have to just get lucky to win and to get lucky to pick the right upgrade. You can see that the game is just downright ugly. And although it has like officially licensed monster trucks like Gravedigger, which is awesome, they all look the same when you play. They're just palette swaps. They just change out the color. All the trucks have the same shape and they all have the same stats as far as I can tell. Also, the music is really nothing to write home about, and it's unmemorable to say the least, and actually downright annoying at other times. It's cool and all that it's like a handheld, it's a Game Gear and a Game Boy exclusive, and that it's not really ported anywhere else, but it wasn't ported anywhere else for a reason. Like, it had to be a cheaper game or nobody would have bought it, because it would have gotten destroyed in like the game review magazines. The game, I don't even know where to go. The game handles like garbage. It feels like you're driving on ice all the time, and if you miss any of the dozens of checkpoints you have to go through, it doesn't count that you finished the lap. You have to like turn around and go back through, and if you miss one, it's just over. If you hit any jump too fast, you overshoot your turn and your engine stalls out, which is just a guaranteed loss. There's so many things in this game working against you. And the other thing that I talked about, with the upgrades, is that you have to repair your truck after every single race, or it just like won't steer and it drives at half speed. So you have to do this after every race, and that takes away the funds you really need to upgrade your truck. And I don't want to do that. I want to make my truck stronger, not just like maintain it so I can stay at a level where I feel underpowered the whole time. Like, monster trucks are supposed to be like monsters. They're overpowered and huge, and they just destroy everything in their way. And I feel like you're driving a freaking go-kart against a bunch of monster trucks. Like, you're slower, you're weaker, you can't do any of the cool crap you want to do, like drive over big ramps and splash in the mud and stuff. You're just like, you have to drive like you're driving a normal little car while everybody else gets to be really cool. And that's stupid, that's lame, that's a bad idea for a game. Sometimes it can be okay, but most of the time it's really just miserable. And I will come right out and say this. This is the worst handling and the worst controlling racing game I have ever played. Ever. I've never encountered one as bad as this. So Monster Truck Wars totally sucks. It's not a good game. It's miserable. It's a cool idea, and I like seeing Gravedigger and like some of the other monster trucks from my childhood. I guess they're still around. I don't know. I don't really keep up with modern monster truck racing. Maybe it's the biggest thing in the world. I wouldn't know. This was not a great game. I did not have a good time with it. I did not finish it. I played through, I guess, about half of it. It showed you like touring around the country and going from city to city, but every city pretty much felt the same. And I was never able to get enough upgrades on my truck to like win the races consistently. I was having to spend all my money to repair my truck just so I had a kind of a chance to come in third place or whatever. And if you fail the race, you get to continue several times, but I would run out of continue. So I was done with this one after I think I played it about 2 hours, and that was plenty. So Monster Truck Wars on the Sega Game Gear, it's a 4 out of 10. It's bad. It's not like so bad it's gonna make you like throw your controller, but you're not gonna have a good time with it. So I would advise you to avoid this.